Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'll be talking about a possible robbery that went down at UFC Boise. So this robbery occurred in the prelims on the UFC Boise card in the fight between Justin Scoggins versus Syed Nurmagomedov. So I didn't watch the fight live. I actually just followed it on Twitter, and it seemed like Scoggins was winning the first, the second, but he lost third. Then I think after the fight, I checked the fight metrics to see what really happened and stuff. And the fight metrics really told a different story. It showed, it seemed like Syed won easily. Like Syed won every single round, outstruck Scoggins by more than 2-1. Total strikes were like 32 for Scoggins and 86 for Nurmagomedov. Even in the first round, they said Syed landed significantly way more, 21 strikes from Syed to 8 from Scoggins, and so on and so on. I was striking them every round. Then I actually went and watched the fight. Oh, also they on the fight markers, they didn't say there were any drops. But then I actually went to watch the fight. Pretty much I watched today, and I saw a different story from what these stats are showing. Like these stats look way off. I don't know how they got these stats, but it seems like these stats are incorrect in my opinion. Like incorrect. Aside from the one takedown that Syed got and held, that every other stat seemed like it's just wrong. It's like they could switch it. It seemed like Scoggins was landing clear shots. Scoggins actually dropped Syed, and it was pretty clear. It was no slip. Syed was on, like pretty much in all the knockdowns, he was on both of his feet. It was like he was on a kick. It was like he got punched in the shoulder and it was just off balance and dropped. He got hit clean on his chin and got cracked and got put on his knees or put on his butt in both of the knockdowns. In the first knockdown, I think he got put on his butt. The second knockdown was clear as day. He was trying to come in forward, tried to throw a punch and was countered. And that's how you usually get dropped. You get pretty much a hard counter. Probably don't see it coming. You're coming in aggressive, trying to make something happen. Somebody time you and crack you and you get put on your knees. And that's what happened. He got put right on his knees, but they didn't count either of those as knockdowns. So the second one was way clearer than the first one. The first one, you could kind of try to point to that, but still, it's still the basis for a knockdown. You get hit clean. There's no slipping. There's no pushing. You get hit clean on your chin and you get put on your knees. It's not, oh, it's just a lucky shot of that. You get hit clean on your chin. You go down into your knees, your hand, or on your butt. That's a knockdown. So there should be 2 knockdowns scored for Scoggins. As far as this whole Syed net landed 21 strikes and all 21 of them being significant, I think he really only landed about 3 significant strikes in the first round. I think like an overhand and like a hook and 1 uppercut. So it was like 3 real significant strikes. The rest of the times he was just hit in the air. He was like punched maybe Scoggins' hand when Scoggins was avoiding him, ducking and just making him miss, like missing bad. Might land some leg kicks, but they weren't really significant leg kicks. But I guess stats wise, I don't know, it's like a little glitch or a little dumb dang little trick to scoring that all leg kicks are significant or something. I don't know. But he landed a couple leg kicks, nothing significant, nothing like he was kicking Scoggins' leg out, nothing like he was slowing Scoggins out, because his leg kicks were that significant. Scoggins was bouncing the whole fight. He was bouncing, switching stance, and flying out around the ring like a mouse. So I don't know, nothing he did was that significant, because it didn't change the pace of the fight. Only thing that was significant he really did this whole fight, the only significant thing he did was take Scoggins down in the second round. I mean, not the second round, the final round, third round, and hold him down for about 2 minutes before the ref stood him up. And you could argue that the ref should have kept it down because he was still doing damage. It wasn't like the most damage. It wasn't the most consistent damage, but at least he was holding position and landing shots frequently enough to keep the fight on the ground. But they stood it up, I guess, because, I don't know, they stood it up. So that's the only thing Nurmagomedov could complain about. But the rest of the fight, I think the judges definitely got it wrong. Well, I say it's a robbery because you can't really call this a robbery because the stats going to say otherwise. The stats really tell a different story, like a fake. I'm not going to say fake, but they definitely look way off. Because I can't even recall Syed landing 21 strikes in any round, even when he was on the ground. I watched the fight, slowed it down a little bit. I don't know where these stats coming from, but if they're going to record this, they should record those drops because it really seemed like Syed was hitting more air than anything. He wasn't really landing any clean shots. He landed maybe 5 clean shots throughout the whole fight. Like I'm talking about like clean on the field. I'm talking about on the ground. I'm talking about on the feet. He only landed like 5 clear shots. And maybe like you could say leg kicks. He landed a couple leg kicks, nothing real hard, nothing real freaking. Now even with the leg kicks all the strikes totaled up in the first and second 2 rounds, I think Scoggins was the one landing shots. It would seem like what's name was either hitting like shoulder or hitting hand and shoulder shots don't count as punches. I mean, don't count to your strikes. Maybe in MMA they might change it up a little bit, but realistically, somebody blocks something with their arm, that doesn't count as a strike in any type of combat sport. So you're hitting somebody's hand when they're moving away, dodging you, that doesn't count as a strike. And maybe that's what they were adding total up. Maybe they just gonna keep an eye on the fight, so they thought these things were scoring. But really, when you watch the fight, especially in the first, Nurmagomedov landed nothing. Second, he landed a little bit more so, but he actually gets cracked and dropped. So I think just off the drop alone, and then keeping the striking close for that part on, with pretty much Scoggins still landing the cleaner, more effective shots. He wins the second round. First round, he definitely made Nurmagomedov miss a whole lot. Was really hitting air and chasing around. So first round, Scoggins clearly won. Second round with the drop, he clearly won. Third round, he clearly lost because he got taken down, got held down. Then at the end of the round, he just kind of tried to, when he got stood up, he just kind of did nothing. He bounced around, try to watch the clock wind down because he thought he won the first two. Then he ended up getting robbed. So that's his fault for the third round, but for the first two, that's just the ref's fault. I mean, not the refs, that's the judge's fault. And this is like a continued career. It's not a career. It's a continued trend in Scoggins' career of getting robbed. Well, not getting robbed. I mean, but he's a good fighter that is coming up on the losing end. He's a very talented fighter, a lot of skills, a lot of talent, but he ends up on the losing. I think most times he's lost is because maybe his fight IQ failed him. Maybe he just got too lax. Like he would be dominating a fight. He'd be beating most people he'd be fighting. Then he gets caught in a submission, or he ends up getting wrestled and just losing on a couple bit of points and stuff. But this fight, it was just straight up him getting robbed. He won the striking exchanges, but you're not gonna really be able to overturn this law because they're gonna show the stat sheet. It's gonna look like he got clearly beaten. They're gonna probably say he really should have lost 30-27 when you look at the stats. That's all they're gonna go about. They're not gonna go about play the videotape back and watch it and stuff like that. They're just gonna look at the stats and they're gonna say he clearly lost. That's all they're gonna say. But in my opinion, and in a lot of other people's opinions, and people with even more have more weight to their opinions than I do, he got robbed. So that concludes this video. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe, and come back for more videos. Peace.